Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python tutorial series. Today we are diving into control structures in Python. These are building blocks that let you control the flow of your program. We will cover conditional statements, if, elif, and else, and loops, for loops, and while loops. By the end of this video, you will be making decisions and performing repetitive tasks like a pro. Let's jump right in. Let's kick things off with conditional statements. These games let you execute certain pieces of code based on whether a condition is true or false. Let's declare a variable called x equal 10. Then we will write if x bigger than 5. Let's print x variable plus the string is greater than 5. Else print x plus string is smaller than 5. Let's save the code. Let's run it in the terminal. Python, because this is Python code, condition.py. Okay, we have error now. We need to convert the integer value, which is x because it's an integer value, to a string value. So we have to put it here, str parentheses x, str parentheses, to make sure the x is a string. As you can see here, 10 is greater than 5. You have to add space here. Let's save the code and run it again. 10 is greater than 5. Let's try like 4. 4 is smaller than 5. Guess what? You can nested conditional statement to check multiply conditions. Take a look. Y equal 15. If y greater than 10, print str x plus is greater than 5, and let's add this. Let's convert y to string, and y, let's add it together, and y is greater than 10. Else you have to be careful when dealing with spaces in Python. It's not like any other programming language. Is greater than 5 and plus str y is less than 10. Let's run the code. 4 is smaller than 5. Let's change the x value to 7. 7 is greater than 5, and y, which is 15, is greater than 10. Let's make y now smaller than 10. Let's try 9. Let's run it out. As you can see here, 7 is greater than 5 and 9 is less than 10, which is y. Now let's talk loops. Loops are your best friend when you need to execute a block of code repeatedly, as long as condition is met. Let's dive in. Let's open Python tutorial. Let's create a new file. Let's call it loops.py. Let's open it up with our favorite code editor. Let's create a list. Fruits equal apple, banana, cherry. Let's print it out by using the for loop for fruit. Here we have declare a variable fruit, in which list we have to specify the list, which is fruits in plural form. This one is this one, and the fruit is the declared variable for each item in the list. So print fruit. Now let's run it in terminal. You can open it in terminal here, or you can use Visual Studio Code by opening a new terminal here, but you have to make sure you go to the desktop directory, Python tutorial, and then you can list out all the file by using ls, then Python, because it's a Python file, loops.py. As you can see here in the terminal, it's apple, banana, and cherry. Now, after we have discovered the for loop, we will learn about the while loop. The while loop in Python keep running as long as a condition is true. Here is how it works. While loop. You can write out a comment in Python by using the hash key and write whatever you want here, and it will not be executed. Count, we have to create a count variable 0. Then we will write while count bigger than 5, print the count is str to convert it to string, because we are gonna merge it with this one count. So then we are going to change the value by 1 each time for each loop. Then we are going to change the value for each loop by adding 1 to the count until the count is less than 5. Let's try it out. We can comment out this code. Let's run it again. As you can see here, the count is 0 in the first loop. In the second loop, the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, because as you know, Python start reckoning from 0, not from 1. So this is why we have 5 elements until it's 5. We can use the while loop also to print the list. Let's try it out. We have here fruit. We can delete this one and then write fruits here. Then we add element number by adding the count. So when the count is 0, it will print apple. And when the count is 1, it will print banana. And when the count is 2, it will print cherry. So we will change the count to be 3 instead of 5, because we only have here 3 elements. So 0, 1, 2, and in the third count, it will break out the loop. Let's change the text here. The fruit is, let's run it out. The fruit is apple, the fruit is banana, the fruit is cherries, and so on. You can also nest loops and use control statement like a break and continue to mix things up. Check this out. For I in range 3, for j in range 3, if j equal 1, break. Print if to add variable to the string. You can add it by two ways. like this way, and you can add it by another way by specifying if here, and then we can write I equal curly brackets to add the variable, which is I, comma, j equal curly bracket again to add the variable j. Let's run out the code. As you can see here, I equal 0, j equal 1, I equal 1, j equal 1, I equal 2, j equal 1. Why? Because here, as you can see here, we create a for loop in range 3. So it's gonna loop out 3 times, and then we create another loop. Also, it will loop out 3 times. But this one, when j equal 1, when it reach the second time, which is j equal 1, because when it start at 0 first, then it start again and it's become equal 1, the j become equal 1, and then it's break out. So this loop break out and it continue from here. So as you can see here, the value of j stay equal 1, and the value of I keep changing until the loop reach 3. Now we will try it by using the while loop instead of for loop. So let's comment out this code, specify the variable count equal 0, while count less than 5, count plus equal 1 to increase the value, if count equal 3, continue, print the count is str count. Let's add plus. Let's run it out then. The count is 1, is 2, is 4, is 5. As you can see here, the continue statement, ignore this code, the one after it, and keep running the code. But if we put break here, the loop will break at 3. But because we put continue, the code just ignore the third items. As you can see here, 1, 2, not 3, 4, 5. Practice example. Let's look at some practice example using condition statement and loop. Ready for some real world magic. Example, finding the maximum number. Here is a simple example to find the maximum number in a list. So let's create a new script. Finding the max number dot by numbers 10, maybe 20, 30, 40, max num. Let's pick a random number from the list. I pick the first element which is 0. Now let's loop over the numbers by using the for loop. For num, new variable, in numbers, which is the numbers list, if num bigger than the max number equal num. So we initialize here a new variable called max number, and we specify a random number here, which is 10. Then we loop over the numbers here by using the for loop and declaring a num for each item in the list. If num is bigger than the max number will be equal to the num. So let's print maximum number is str max number. Let's open it in terminal. Python finding the max number.py. The maximum number is 50 as you can see here. So let's try to change the first value to 80 and we will run the code again. As you can see here, the maximum number is 80. And that's a wrap for today's tutorial on control structures in Python. We have learned about conditional statements and loops and how to use them to control the flow of your programs. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumb up, subscribe to my channel and drop any question or comment down below. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Keep coding and stay awesome.